Hello, 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 hello. Welcome back. We are back. I know we are slightly late. Technical issues. हमारे technical issues नहीं खत्म होते. So we've got two games running side by side: Tunisia versus France and Australia versus Denmark. First, quickly, let us run through Tunisia versus France. एंड एक बारी पहले तो मैं आप लोग को टीम लाइनअप्स बता देता हूँ क्विकली फॉर ट्यूनीसिया डार्मिन इज देयर मेरिया इज देयर घातरी इज देयर तालबी इज देयर किचरीडा इज देयर शिखरी इज देयर लाइदूनी इज देयर Malaul is there, Slimane, Ben Romdane, and Kazri is the leading lineup. Whereas for France, uh, they are playing a lot of substitutes this time around. I believe they've already qualified, so that's why they're taking it easy. Mandanda is the goalkeeper. They're playing a 4-3-3. Kamavinga, Konate, Varane, and Deasi is the backline. Fofana, Chouameni, and Veritout is the midfield, and Guendouzi, Colomwani, and Conman is the front line for France. So this is what is happening in 17 minutes in. There is nothing happening in that game. Whereas the most interesting is the Australia versus Denmark game, where Denmark right now is ruling the game with a majority of the stats. Three shots, one on target with 69% possession. Australia has had nothing doing. So we've got for Australia, they're playing a standard 4-4-2. We've got Ryan, Degenerik, we've got Sauta, Rawls, Behich, and then you've got Licky, Moy, Irwin, Godwin, McGree, and Duke as their lineup. Whereas for the Danes, you've got Kasper Schmeichel. They've got a full-fledged team. Mahil, Christensen, Anderson, and Nissen is the backline. They're playing a 4-3-3, which has got Christian Eriksen, Hoberg, and Jensen making the midfield. Olsen, Braithwaite, and Lindstrom making the front line for the Danes. So now the question is, because it is a very interesting group right now, how does the table stand for Group B tomorrow? Yesterday we had Netherlands and Senegal qualifying, and late at night we had England and USA qualifying in dramatic wins. In Group C, which is going to be happening later today, we have currently in Group D, we've got France leading the pack with 7 points, Australia on 4, Denmark and 2, and Tunisia 2 each. So either ways, both all three of them, either at least for Denmark and Tunisia, is a must-win game. Australia needs a draw or a win to just qualify. So this is what is happening as of now, and let's get into the game and see where does this thing takes us for all of us in today's game. So this is a very, very straightforward game. Let's go into Australia versus Denmark because that's going to be more exciting. France versus, I will be keeping tabs on France versus Denmark so that we have a complete clue as to what is happening, who's winning, who's not winning. So we are keeping both the tabs live and making sure that everything is on point. So that is something we have to keep in mind for this game, especially for Group D for Australia and Denmark. It is a very, very important game as such. So taking it from here, let's see what is happening in today's game in between Australia and Denmark. It is 0-0 as of now where we speak, but Denmark is ruling this game. Australia is about, oh, they were very lucky. Aussies have been the Kangaroos, the Roos have been lucky that they were not 1-0 down in the 19th minute. So it's already 20 minutes in for Australia versus Denmark. Nothing major happening. 0-0. So that is what is happening. The Danes are going on an attack again, led by Ericsson. The cross goes back to Ericsson. Ericsson crosses the ball into the box in the final third, but the Aussies are there. I think so. That is going to be a corner. Kovolson wins the corner for the Danes. It's a short corner. Cross again for Denmark, but Christensen was there, but it was, I believe, it was an offside or a foul. On Christensen committed a foul, so there is a lot of things happening, which is not good enough. Exactly. Right now, Australia, the way they are playing, they actually don't know should they attack or should they hold back? Should they attack or should they hold back? So, and even the referee is giving a stick to the Aussie goalkeeper that if you waste time, that is going to be added at the end of the half. So he's making it very clear. If you take extra time, he is going to be penalized with a yellow card, as well as the amount is going to be added at the end of the half. Aussie, oh, good first time play from the Australians. McGree had a good chance, first time start, but Casper Schmeichel was there to hold it on. But it was a straightforward stop, and the ball goes forward. The Aussies are there leading the charge. Aussies also right now the Australians also don't know what should they do. Should they attack? Should they hold back? Should they play in the midfield? But currently they are in a no man's land. It was a handball for McGree. The ball goes back to the Denmark team. And the ball goes back to Kasper Schmeichel. They've been playing very short balls. They're trying to build from the back. This is something which we've talked about not once, we've talked about plenty of times, that when you're trying to build it from the back, they're just trying to make sure that you have all your attackers in place and you have a good movement of the ball. So that is what is happening over here right now. To give you certain stats as well, and for today we've not been able to give out any stats. There are some pretty good stats which are lined up for this game. I would like to tell you these are going to be Tunisia, for that matter, in France versus Tunisia, has made 6 changes. And so that is there. And plus, France has never lost in the 4 meetings which they have met against Tunisia. That is 1-2 and drawn 2. Whereas Axel Disasasi is the first outfit player to celebrate first cap. He is celebrating his first cap with the French national team during the World Cup since Gabriel Deschamps. And then at the age of 37 years and 214 years, Steve Mandanda becomes the oldest player to appear in the for France. And there is a good save from the Aussie goalkeeper, a good chance. As I was telling you about France versus Tunisia. And France has also won each of the last 6 World Cup games. The longest ever thing which they have had, ever winning run actually. And Italy has had Italy and Brazil have ever had longer winning runs apart from France. This is their first time they're doing it. And Tunisia has yet to score from 27 shots in the 2 games. That's a huge amount. And this is without scoring with this. This is the 6th appearance. This is 27 shots, which we are talking about for Tunisia. And yet they have not been able to do the damage which is expected out of them. Currently, the chances of Denmark going through are quite high, whereas Australia, the way they are playing, they are not sure. Coming on to the insights for this game between Australia and Denmark. This is the second between Australia and Denmark at the World Cup. For there was a 1-1 draw at the last time when they met in 2018. Australia has won one of their last four meetings against Denmark, in which there is draw one and loss two, winning a friendly match 1-0 back about 12 years ago in 2010. But Australia has also lost 8 of the 11 World Cup games against European sides, in which they have won only one and drawn two, and also keep failing to keep a clean sheet in all 11 matches. So that's a huge one. Also, to add, Denmark are winless in the last 5 World Cup games, in which they've drawn four and lost one, since beating Peru in March day one in 2018, and since that time they have just drawn or lost. And the defeat to France, they could lose back to back. Sorry, the defeat to Australia, it's going to be a big thing for them. And also, Australia is looking to qualify for the knockout stage of the World Cup only for the second time. The first time they did was in 2006. And this is the sixth participation as well. So there is a huge thing happening. 26 minutes, 27 minutes in for France versus Tunisia. Nothing has happened till now. The game is very even Stevens. Right now, the probability is where France has only had one shot with none on target. Possession is being 51%, whereas 126 passes have already been made, 3 faults committed, and they already have 2 corners. Whereas Tunisia, on the other hand, have 49% of the possession, 118 passes, but the accuracy is much better than the French team with 81%. They've had 1 foul and 2 corners and 1 offside to their name as of now. With the Danes attacking on the left side, but the Australians were there again, and there is an offside for the Danes national team. So that is what is happening right now in this group. As of now, the group is more or less decided. It is only between France and Denmark who comes out on top. Australia and Denmark. Whoever comes out on top is going to be taking the laurels for the knockout stages. It can be either Denmark or it can be Australia. And currently, both of them are locked in a nil-nil battle. So that is something which is to be looked at very carefully, that if they can come in. Wow. And Lundstrom passes the ball. It's open up. There's only 2 men at the back. There's support coming in for Lundstrom. For the Danes, oh, cross, but good defense from the Aussie team. But still, the ball is with, oh, it's pushed wide by Eriksson, trying something to going onto the closer side of the goalkeeper. But then, unfortunately, the captain was on the side. He was trying to pierce a needle, thread into a needle, but then that was too difficult for him to go ahead and do it. So this is what has been happening 29 minutes in for Australia versus Denmark. Yet to open the scoring loggerhead. Currently, Australia has 2 attempts at goal, in which one is on target, whereas Denmark has had 5 and they've had 2 on target. So this shows the amount of intent which the Danes have against Australia. Even the Danes, I believe, they're a little more qualified to go through. And if they do, if they do, then it's going to be a bigger thing. So right now, the Aussies are playing a 4-2-4 formation when the ball is not there and trying to do a man-to-man marking of the defense against the midfield and the strike force of the Australian strike force. Is trying to man manage. But when they are defending, when the ball is in their half, they're 2, 4, 6, 7, 1, 2, 4, 6, 8. Now almost 9 players. Almost the whole team is at the back line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 and 3, 8, 8 and 2. All the whole team is back. They're invariably trying to create, or they're trying to have a bus. They're trying to have a bus which is going to be there, which is going to be, which is going to cause them a huge problem right now. So that is something very surprising from the Aussies, because, like I was mentioning, the Aussies right now don't know should they attack, should they defend, should they attack, should they defend, because right now they are running around like headless chickens. This is what it is: headless chickens, or headless roos, I should say. Ooh. There is a lot of movement happening. Duke always had a good point and a good position, but then the Denmark defense was on point, trying to do a tiki taka, trying to create spaces. Irvine, but then he was not able to catch first. Michael kicks it out to the midfield. It is a 3 versus 1. The Aussies are already backtracking. The ball is with the Aussie midfielder. It goes back. It goes back to the goalkeeper. Back to the left back, and then back to the Denmark team. Olsen has received the maximum amount of shots from the goalkeeper. Maximum received then was Lundstrom from the Denmark team. 9 shots have been received. So these two are very dangerous, which Australia has to be wary about. Olsen and Lundstrom, they can be very dangerous for them, especially from the wings. So that is something to be looked at moving forward. Denmark holding it back, goes to Lundstrom, but he was unable to control that stroke, but then it's been cleared on the lines by the Australian defense. The ball goes to the Danes. The Danes have the ball, trying to create space. Right now, it is a 4-2-4 formation going into their half, trying to build it back from the back. Mahela trying to pierce and pass it on to Ericsson, but he was unable to do so, and the ball goes out. And with that, they have another throw in. Mela passes it back to the defense. Centre back, long cross towards, I believe it's Olsen. Olsen was unable to control the ball. Peach of a delivery, but then the ball has gone out. Unfortunately, but good for the Aussies. We are already 33 minutes into the half, and we hope there's going to be more attacking football coming in. Whereas for France versus Tunisia, Tunisia finally have a shot on target. The possessions have also changed. Miller for their own safety, if Tunisia wins, because right now Tunisia is bossing France, and they are more or less now coming even Stevens with the passing accuracy of 81, 2 fouls, 1 yellow card, 2 offsides, and 5 corners to their name for Tunisia. 135 passes completed, only possession is 46%. Whereas for France, they are looking fish out of water right now, because it's not the first team. But one shot, none on target, 54% possession, 168 passes, 82% accuracy. They've increased the accuracy, mind you. 4 fouls, 2 corners, but rest of it is the same. So for Denmark, there was a foul against the Aussies, and now they have the ball. The ball passes on to Olsen. The ball, oh, that's a big problem. But the defense was on high alert for Denmark. They're doing silly mistakes. Now Australia is starting to get the hold of the game and slowly moving forward. Vine started to pull a lovely flick, but the Andreas Christian was there to just cover the ball up as much it was required. Else, it would have been lethal for the Danes trying to build it from the back again. Currently, 0-0 on both sets of games. 36 minutes in for France versus Tunisia. Nothing has happened. And 36 minutes in for Australia versus Denmark. So both the games are even Stevens as of now. The ball is on the wings, but mispassing, a lot of mispassing is started to happen for the Denmark team. And that's a foul. That's a foul. That's a foul. It was just a shoulder pull. Oh no, he barged into him. They barged into him with full force. He was not at all close enough to the ball. The French defenses has to put in a shift right now because they want to control this game. Right now, they are in a bad state of affairs because they're not being able to control the ball. The whites of the Tunisians are controlling the game. Lovely pass, but the defense was still bang on line. And the French have ample amount of experience and depth in their team that they can do what they're doing right now. Denmark's free kick, but then it was cleared by Australia as far as Miller. But then again, back to Australia. Defense again cleared, this time at the halfway line. Ooh, that was a close one. It might have been offside, but then nothing like it. Right now the French are also attacking. Happening. The tempo of the game actually for Australia versus Denmark has dropped quite a lot because now we are closing in at the half because generally the tempo increases, but the tempo has slightly dropped. It has become a slightly low-key affair. It's not happening end to end. They're taking the time. Both the teams are now taking their own time. And it's the poor pass from Ericsson. Don't do trickery. Do a first-time pass when you have the ball in your hands. If you see the player run, just pass it. Don't do bloody trickeries over there. That's what the Aussie players are trying to do. Trying to trigger and do trickery. We're moving forward. And the ball has come back to Australia. Lucky. But poor cross. Poor cross. It was very, very poor from the Aussie winger who won the ball. The ball is back into the in Denmark's area. Denmark is now pressing back to Olsen on the right side. The ball is moving near the box. Back to Ericsson. Good thought for a 1 and 2, but unfortunately, Christensen was unable to get man Olsen on the end of his pass. Varane is captaining the team today, with a majority of the team changed. So they are moving forward. The French side. And the cross comes in. But close. That was a very, very close call. Tunisia clear their lines, and that's a throw-in. That's a throw-in for the French team. Tunisia is reporting that affair to the referee that it was the last foot was of the French defender, the attacker. Unfortunately, it has fallen on deaf ears. So throw in for France and ball back to Tunisia, trying to attack. Two-man attack. Oh, they're doubling up on the winning the ball, and the French have got the ball back. Trying to control the game. 40 minutes in for them and 40 also minutes for Australia versus Denmark. Nothing has happened for either side right now. And the ball moves forward. Cross. He should have crossed the ball rather than taking a shot. Duke. Australia trying to win it back. And the ball goes on the wings and back. Good work for Ericsson. The French are slowing it down because they are now reaching a ball. Lovely Lundstrom. Oh. You have to. Matt Ryan has been doing a terrific job for the Aussies. And the ball goes back into the Danes half. Australian header. The ball goes back to the Danes. The Danes win the ball back to Olsen. He is taking a run, but the Aussies defend. Over there, France had to defend for their lives. They've been attacking. The Tunisians have been attacking and attacking. It is becoming a nail biter for Tunisia. They have to win it. They have to win it. Ooh, and that's a foul for Denmark from Ericsson. Ericsson is trying to push his team forward. They shouldn't drop their shoulders because the halftime is beckoning. With 43 minutes reached in Tunisia versus France and 43 in Australia versus Denmark, it is happening as we speak. And shot by Ryan. Ball taken. Oh, lovely control. And that's a throw in for the Aussies. The Tunisians are all out in support for their national team. The ball goes back to the French team. Australia also throwing in and the French as well. Right now, Dejnik is taking the long throw in. Mela, Brathwaite, but back to Australia. They've not been able to make one pass, the Aussies, and still the Danes were able to. Finally, they did, and they've made the Danes clear their lines, and that's a throw in for Australia heading into the last 30 seconds of the half. They gradually got better. Lecky, but Casper punches the ball out, but not far. Is still in his box. The Danes clear. Back to the Aussies. 2 added minutes for Australia versus Denmark, and 2 in Tunisia versus France as well. The Danes have dominated. They did dominate the first half to a certain extent, but now Australia is slowly. I feel that was a hand over there by Olsen. But the Aussies have wow, that's a foul. That's frustration from Olsen. Will he be seeing a card? A lot of pushing and shoving, but that was a very rash tackle. He's lucky. The kid is lucky, very lucky that that he's not received anything apart from a warning. On the other hand, France is trying to hold back and Tunisia is just pushing, and that's a throw-in for Tunisia. A long throw into the French box, but the French were able to control, and that's a free kick for the French. A minute in, a single goal is going to change a lot of tempo. This Duke, good win, cross, oh, save, good pass by Goodwin into the box. Christensen was there at the right place at the right time, finally doing some good work for the Danish. The French on the attack. Here Australia is on the attack. The ball goes through. Tunisia does the counter, and that's half time for Australia versus Tunisia. And Tunisia taking the final. And there's a shot. Oh, that's flown past. Australia did gain a lot of control. Australia nil, Denmark nil, France nil, and Tunisia nil as we hit the half time. So right now as it stands, we have both the teams locked in heads. France still qualifying with 7 points, which they've already qualified. Australia is on 4. If this game, and this is the current standing with the current score line. So Australia qualifies if it remains the same. Denmark goes out, and so does Tunisia with 1 point each. Ooh. This is what the game does when it is boring. So that is what has happened till now. So this is what we are looking at in the current scenario of this game. We do have Group C tonight. So let's talk about that till the halftime comes in. So we've got Poland versus Argentina and Saudi Arabia versus Mexico. And yesterday, Sahil and I were also talking about Poland versus Saudi Arabia. Poland versus Argentina, कितना important होगा Saudi Arabia और Mexico में कौन जीतेगा? मेरे हिसाब से we would like Argentina as of now. अगर group भी देखें, 2 games each played by all the 4 teams. Poland 4 points पे है, एक ड्रॉ एक विक्ट्री के साथ. अर्जेंटीना का पहला मैच हारने के बाद they've come back, so they are 3 points. Saudi Arabia is on 3 points, and Mexico is on 1 point. So they drew against Poland in the first game. Can they do a double and rout and hope that Saudi Arabia has to win this game, period, and hope that Argentina doesn't. Argentina, if they draw, they're out. Argentina, if they win, they're through. And Saudi Arabia has to, it's a must-win situation. For Mexico, if they win, they reach on 4 points. And if Poland loses the game, so Mexico just needs to win by, they actually need to win by about 5 goals to qualify, Will that happen? I don't know. 5 goals because then the goal difference becomes +3. So there's a lot of permutations and combinations in Group C. It's going to be more exciting, much more exciting than what we're looking at in Group D because more or less the group is done. So Group D is that. And tomorrow also we've got plenty of big games coming in from Group E and F, where Croatia, Morocco, Belgium, and Canada play, along with Spain, Japan, Costa Rica, and Germany also play tomorrow. So that is something to be looked at. And that's a very, very interesting fact that once these guys start playing, it's going to be a much more interesting game altogether. So that is there, and let's see what happens in this game. On that note, I'll take a couple of minutes break. I'll be back. I'll just get a glass of water, and then we'll be back again for the stream. Oh, yeah. So in the chat section below, do let us know what are your thoughts as to today's game. What is going to be happening? How do you feel that it is going to be different? That's what my thought is for today's game. The Tunisia versus France, they had a lot of chances. Tunisia was all over France at certain point of junctures. The defense didn't have any idea, trying to duck, trying to evade, trying to create something. Stupid mistakes from Varane. It was very close, but the goalkeeper was able to save it. There were a lot of chances which were created by both teams altogether. So that is something which is very, very nice to see. There were plenty of chances on both sides, stats wise as well. So let's talk about the stats for both the games right now at halftime. Tunisia versus France. We've got 3 shots for Tunisia, 2 on target, 2 for France, and none on target. 42% possession for Tunisia and 58 for the French team. 181 passes completed towards 258. 82% accuracy for the Tunisians, and the French have made 85%. 4 fouls committed each, 1 yellow card, 3 offsides for the Tunisians, and none for the French. 6 corners versus 2 for the French. So 6 corners for Tunisia, and yet they were not able to capitalize. That's something very worrisome for them. Whereas for Denmark versus Australia, there is 4 shots on target for Australia, 4 shots, whereas 5 for Danes, 3 on target for Australia, and 2 on target for the Denmark team. 34% possession only, whereas 66, better half. But like I said, most of the half was with the Denmarks. With 66% possession, 173 passes completed to 334, more or less. They are double, if I'm not wrong. And then We've got 68% accuracy for the Aussies, whereas 82% from the Denmark team. Six fouls each committed, one yellow card for Aussies, two offsides for Denmark, and two corners. So there's a lot happening here as well. So let's see when this half begins, when the second half begins. There's going to be a lot of shots coming in and a lot of things coming in as to how will they be able to make something. Will either of the teams be able to make something out of this? Because अगर वो नहीं होगा तो फिर फायदा नहीं होगा यार. अगर that is very very important for both of them. इनको वो चीज करनी बहुत बहुत जरूरी है कि अगर ये लोग आपस में ही नहीं करा इन लोगों ने, then it is a big problem, especially for Tunisia as well as for the Danish team. They have to win their games. अगर वो जीत गए, then there is nothing like it. And I'm back with my cup. So that is what it is. So अभी तक Australia will go through. Denmark needs to beat Australia and better Tunisia's goal difference. So there's a lot of permutations and combinations which are happening right now. How can Australia go through and how will Denmark go through, or who will go through from Group D? We are more or less back in terms of the match as well. The match should be beginning in the next minute or so. So this is what has been happening till now. Whereas if we look at the bench for the Aussie teams as well as for the Danish team, we've got Nelson, we've got Simon, Kasper Dolberg is there, Mikkel Damsgaard is there, Christian Nordgaard is there, Oliver Christensen is there, Larson is there, Voss is there, Wind is there, Poulsen is also there, Cornelius, Skov and Bar. A lot of known names for the Danish team, whereas for Australian team, you've got Atkinson, Karacic, Tilio, Wright, McLaren, Rustic, we've got Marble, Redmine is there, Devon is there, Vukovic is there, Thomas Deng is there, Garang Kool is there, Joel King is there, Jason Cummings is there, and Keanu Backus is what makes the bench for both these teams. So the big question right now, if we talk about it, big question right now is how and what changes should the manager be doing? क्या manager क्या changes करने चाहिए उनको कि वो that they go through either for Tunisia for that matter or for the Denmark team, what changes should be done? Because अगर वो changes करेंगे तो उनके लिए better होगा. अगर वो changes नहीं करेंगे, then it becomes a very very drab thing for them that if they don't do those kind of things. So that is something which to be reckoned with, to be looked at. So all of those things are there. So that is what I feel is going to be a very very important factor in today's game. अगर आपका कोई अलग ओपिनियन है बताइए कमेंट सेक्शन में. लाइक शेयर सब्सक्राइब करिए. बस ये चीज हम जो भी कर रहे हैं आप ही के लिए कर रहे हैं, अपने फैंस के लिए कर रहे हैं, isn't it? तो ये चीज बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है इस गेम के लिए for now. As the teams head back onto the ground, we've got a lot of stuff happening for us as well. So let's wait and watch. Let the half begin, and we'll have a lot of things to talk about. A lot of things to talk about for the games. Also, एक न्यूज और कल जैसे साहिल बता रहे थे कि दुबई बेस्ड ग्रुप है जिसने मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड को बिड करी है बाय करने के लिए 5.8 बिलियन के लिए. एंड एक और चीज सुनने में आई है दैट क्रिस्टियानो रोनाल्डो माइट अग्री टू अ सऊदी क्लब अर्निंग 175 मिलियन पर ईयर. कितना पैसा कमाएगा मेरे भाई, कितना पैसा कमाएगा. A lot of curious faces, a lot of tense faces in the ground as well on both sides. Denmark and Australia, very very tense. What will Olsen do? What can Ericsson do? What can Christensen do? Can they hold on? Can they create an option? Can Lundstrom do something? Can something happen? So that is all to be looked at for this game. So the Danish team is heading out. I believe the Aussies are going to be following as there comes the manager for the Denmark team. So this is what the game is all about. The drive, the how should I say it? इसके अंदर बहुत कुछ है एक पैशन है ड्राइव है स्पेशली व्हेन यू प्लेइंग फॉर योर नेशनल टीम नेशनल कलर्स सारी चीजें बहुत अलग अलग हो जाती है एंड देयर वी हैव द ट्यूनिशियन एंड द फ्रेंच टीम आल्सो ऑन द ग्राउंड सो काफी चीजें हो जाती हैं इसके अंदर व्हेन यू हैव दिस काइंड ऑफ एन अफेयर isn't it? If you feel I am wrong, do let me know. If you feel that this can be slightly different, do let me know. So this is what it is. And here comes the Aussies. There is, I believe, a change at halftime. Christensen is out in the midfield, and Bah comes in. Like I said, there would be some expectations coming in, some changes coming in. So this is what is there right now. Bacchus is there. Also, there are changes in the Australian team as well. So we've got Godwin who's gone out, and we've got Bacchus who I believe has come in. Yes, Godwin has gone out and Bacchus has come in. And whereas the Tunisia versus French game has already started, Patronin was already there. The Whites are playing from my right to left, where the French team is now playing from my left to right. For Australia, they're playing from my right to left, and Tunisia is playing from my left to right. And here we go. The half starts. To the final moments, the referee is just checking on something. I believe there's some communication. And the game. So Irvine starts. The ball straight away goes onto the wings. Back to Denmark, where Tunisia are pressing. Gone back, trying to build from the back. Oh, that's a very good defense from the French. The French go on the attack. The Aussies have a corner. Ooh, and there's a shot. Again, clearance from the Danes. Slimani is injured. Was it on the ball? Yes, it was on the ball. So Slimani is only. He was way ahead. Yes, there's no foul in that. The coach for Tunisia was asking for it. But unfortunately, it was on the ball, and the cross comes in. Allison wins that ball. Australia's keeping the pressure on the Danes. They would like to qualify for sure. They hope, yeah. Lucky. Hey, trickery again, trickery. Don't do that against the maestros of Ericsson and the Danish team. They have plenty of experience of doing that. The Danes are on the attack. Back to back into the Lundstram. Oh, back to Australia attacking. Tunisia saved their asses. Cross goes in. Oh, that should have been a chance. He just hits it over the post. Jackson Irvine, lovely movement. The Danish team was not there. The defense line was all over the place. Very, very difficult. Now the Danes are playing from the back. This is pushing it. They should have hit the ball long. They're under immense pressure. They should have pushed the ball out rather than playing it from the back and they're putting him under more pressure. The Tunisians, the French are attacking them. Defensive attack, man-to-man marking. There, Tunisia builds it back into the midfield. They have a long, lovely cross. But the speed was more on the French defense. They were able to manage that. And there is another tackle on the ball. France is looking for a free kick, but unfortunately they're not getting. The Tunisians are attacking again. Go towards the left wing, crossing in. The player crosses. Cross. Defense by the French team. Chouameni, I believe it was Chouameni. The ball goes forward. One man. So it is Ba, Jensen, crosses on the other side. Lovely thought process, but away. Try to change the line, go towards the other flank. Melo was there, but then he was not able to make it, touch it. And the ball, Moe, your Deschamps is eating his fingernails, thumbnails, whatever nails he can find. The ball moves forward. A lovely touch and go. Ball wins. Tunisia. That was close. That was close. That was close. Here the Danes are attacking in the Australian half. Gone back into the Danish half. बॉल आगे जाती पीछे आगे पीछे हो रही लवली Olsen, Lindström, lovely ball. Back to Christensen. Ba has the ball. Olsen के पास ball. The Danish are holding the ball on now. trying to create something. Lovely ball. Oh, the defender bear the brunt of it in his groin area. The cross comes in again. Jansen, Oz is clear. Irvine, and that's out. The Tunisians attack again. They're taking it on the French, and they have won a throw in. There's a sense of urgency which is coming into the Tunisians right now. काफी urgency आ रही है इस टाइम पे. हो गया. Lindstrom. थोड़ा सा स्पेस ले रहा था. डेनमार्क वापस इस गेम में थ्रो होता हुआ काफी अच्छी तरीके से. काफी अच्छी तरीके से. जैक्सन अर्वाइन के साथ काफी अच्छी पार्टनरशिप हो रही है. इवन दो इधर फ्रेंच टीम की आफत हुई भी है क्योंकि ट्यूनीशिया प्रेस पे प्रेस करे जा रही है. What will Deschamps do? Will he try and bring in star players? क्या अवॉइड करेगा? That is a good question to be thought about. मिले and cross from Tunisia. Oh, Germany कोशिश करते हुए cross in and the goalkeeper saved it for the French team. Now in Australia versus Tunisia, the Denmark grow हो गई है काफी ज्यादा इस गेम के अंदर. We already 55 minutes each in. And Irvine के पास ball. Ba has taken it back. Back. Brathwaite. Oh, control नहीं हुई ball. Oh, good thought process ऑस्ट्रेलिया का. बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली वो बाहर हो गए. इधर डबल सब्स्टिट्यूशन देख रहा है डेनमार्क का होता हुआ. डैम्सगार्ड और डोलबे आ रहे हैं अभी. वेराज उधर ट्यूनीशिया में भी सब्स्टिट्यूशन तैयार हो चुका है एक. एंड ये क्रॉस आता हुआ बट द गोलकीपर वाज अप टू इट. So the Denmark is now starting to go all out. उनको ये समझ में आ गया now it is an emergency situation. आखिर के 30 मिनट रह गए for them to survive this World Cup. And if they win, they go through. If they don't, they can't afford to do this. Every minute, every second is very, very important for Denmark right now. Whereas the Tunisians have scored over there and Tunisia is leading 1-0 in the 57th minute. It is a red party happening. France is down. France is down and there's a yellow card. Both fullbacks for Australia are in the books, right? He was holding him. He was holding him. Come on. Lovely goal. Baslia Mani. ये ट्रिकरी काफी भारी पड़ती हुई फ्रांस को। पेस था लेफ्ट साइड पे, लवली मूवमेंट थी, जस्ट टच ऑफ द टो एंड वो बॉल गोलकीपर के पास से निकल गई, लवली। और अगर ये बॉल हाथ में नहीं होती तो पक्का ओलासी वुड हैव गॉट अ कार्ड या पेनल्टी होती बिकॉज सीधे पैरों पे टैकल था। It would have been very, very close. But right now, Tunisia leads in the 58th minute, 1-0. So what that does to the table, that is what we want to see. With that, I believe Tunisia के साथ एक बहुत बड़ा important factor हो गया है। With Tunisia leading right now, it will put them up. It will put them up. काजरी उधर से ट्यूनिसिया के लिए सब्स्टिट्यूट हो गए। जियाली has gone in. It is ऑस्ट्रेलिया के लिए अब स्टैंडिंग ये हो गया, ट्यूनिसिया क्वालिफाई, ऑस्ट्रेलिया नीचे जाते हुए और फ्रांस के 6 पॉइंट। फ्रांस नाउ नीड्स टू स्कोर। फ्रांस के पास अब फ्रांस बोल रहा ऑस्ट्रेलिया को अब हर हालत में स्कोर करना ही करना है, या होप करना है कि फ्रांस की टीम स्कोर करेगी। बा लवली, and that's a throw in for Denmark. ऑस्ट्रेलिया लवली बॉल काउंटर पे, नहीं, गोल, गोल, और ये ऑस्ट्रेलिया का गोल। डेनमार्क इज डाउन। what a turn around, what a turn around right now, what a counter attack, a team against the run of play. That is how you change the picture. बिल्कुल सही बोल रहे हैं commentators also. Lovely, the intent was there, they won the ball in their own half. रन था यार। टू वर्सेस वन में स्कोर किया है, कैस्मस माइकल को बीट करते हुए 2 वर्सेस 1 पे गोल करते हुए, एंड ऑस्ट्रेलिया नाउ लीड्स, उधर टूनिसिया लीड करती हुई। नाउ व्हाट दिस डज इज इट पुट्स ऑस्ट्रेलिया बैक इनटू द राउंड ऑफ 16। नाउ दोनों गेम्स are going to be more exciting than they were in the first one now. आखिरी के 30 मिनट इतने एक्साइटिंग होंगे जितने लोग अपनी शादी में होते हैं। It is going to be that exciting for everybody. डेनमार्क अटैक, ओ अब ये मिस्टेक, सिली मिस्टेक्स, रॉन्ग पासेस। मैथ्यू लेकी का 14th गोल है ऑस्ट्रेलिया के लिए और पहला वर्ल्ड कप गोल। द रूल्स आर रूलिंग राइट नाउ। एंड फिर ये अटैक करते हुए ऑस्ट्रेलिया के पास जान आ गई है इनकी टांगों में। आई बिलीव लवली बॉल। ओ ओ हो, क्या बॉल थोड़ी सी पीछे होती, क्या वॉली के लिए बॉल आई थी वो यार। लवली बॉल। उधर 64 मिनट होते, एम्बापे अंदर आ चुके हैं फ्रांस के लिए। फ्रांस आई वांट टू, फ्रांस विल लाइक टू टेक समथिंग आउट ऑफ दिस गेम। अनफॉर्चुनेटली वो एक ऑफसाइड पोजीशन में थे अभी। ऑस्ट्रेलिया अब अपना जो गेम है थोड़ा सा डिले डिले करते हुए, स्टेडियम में सिर्फ और सिर्फ ऑस्ट्रेलियन फैंस की आवाज। ट्यूनीशिया के पास ऑप्शन नहीं है। नैथगार्ड, तो कॉर्नर, कॉर्नर टू डेनमार्क। कॉर्नर फॉर डेनमार्क। ये क्रॉस आता हुआ, क्रिस्टियनसन। बैक टू 25 मिनट का स्टॉपेजेस रह गया है। डेनमार्क का अटैक होता हुआ, फाउल की अपील ऑस्ट्रेलिया की तरफ से, बट द बॉल इज वन आउट। टिम केल क्राउड में। सिक्सटी सेवन मिनट्स इन, फ्रांस और ट्यूनीशिया के बीच में देयर इज नथिंग हैपनिंग राइट नाउ। लवली ट्रिगरी, ओ एंड में आते आते बहुत बेहतरीन ट्रिगरी ऑन द साइड ऑफ द कॉर्नर की साइड पे, बेस लाइन के ऊपर। Ah, Tunisia का attack on the French line. Corner है Tunisia के लिए. 7th corner for Tunisia versus 2 for France. Cross, and I believe there's another corner for 8वां corner. No, it's a goal kick. And विंग से खेलता हुआ डेनमार्क. लवली बॉल. ओ, कॉर्नर मिला. एक और कॉर्नर मिला. स्कॉट ओल्सन का बहुत अच्छा वर्क. Brilliant presence of mind. And this goes through. It is going to raise the roof and put Aussies back out. उधर ट्यूनीसिया का वेव आफ्टर वेव अटैक आ रहा है. ऐसा लग रहा है पता नहीं ट्यूनीसिया किस टीम के साथ. लवली पास. ट्यूनीसिया के पास अपॉर्चुनिटी. फ्रांस डिफेंस करने में लगा हुआ. वरैन इतने आराम से खेल रहा है. फ्रांस की पता नहीं क्या है. एक और मिस्टेक, बट चुआमेनी के ऊपर फाउल. मिले एंड ऑल्सन आर ऑफ. Cornelius and Skov are on for the Denmark team. I believe ऑल्सन को रखना चाहिए था इस टाइम पे. बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग टाइम पे है ये. Last 20 minutes. Last 20 minutes and the Aussies are going back. गुएंडोजी का पास. फ्रांस ऑन द अटैक. ट्यूनीसिया का डिफेंस. फ्रांस अटैक करता हुआ. इट्स अ फ्री किक. इट्स अ ऑफसाइड. He pointed. रेफरी ने स्पॉट पे पॉइंट कर दिया था, लेकिन अनफॉर्चुनेटली स्कोप वाज ऑफसाइड. उसकी वजह से बच गया. ऑस्ट्रेलिया पेनल्टी कंसीड कर लेता and would have been very difficult for them to get back from there. उधर टूनिसिया का एक और सब्स्टिट्यूशन आता हुआ. एंड सुनने में आया है, ओ देख, ग्रीजमैन इज कमिंग ऑन फॉर फ्रांस. Griezmann is coming on for France. Fofana is off and Griezmann comes on. And इधर Australia and Denmark are fighting tooth and nail. René Mulstein है ऑस्ट्रेलिया के फर्स्ट असिस्टेंट along with the manager. The last time when Australia qualified, it was a Dutch person on the coaching side, and इस बारी René Mulstein है. And last time around it was Chelsea के फेवरेट, जिनको जो हर बारी उनको बचाते आते, गस हेडिक. फॉर्मर मैनेजर रोमन के खास चहीते एंड होइपे कॉर्नेलियस एरिक्सन स्कॉव क्रॉस ओ कॉर्नेलियस के पास ओपन चांस बट ही पार्क्ड इट कोई प्रेशर नहीं था उनके ऊपर ओपन थे वो अपने लिए काफी जगह बनाई उन्होंने बट ही couldn't direct he should be hitting the target और ये ऑस्ट्रेलिया का एक और चेंज Tunisia versus France is running riot right now. फ्रांस अटैक पे अटैक अब इनके सारे मेन प्लेयर्स आ गए हैं आखिरी के 15 मिनट खेलने के लिए एंड उधर ऑस्ट्रेलिया का एक ऑफ साइड होता हुआ
और आखिरी के 15 मिनट खेलने के लिए एक दूसरा पार्टनर भी आ गया है
अरे वेलकम वेलकम
sorry I'm still a bit outside I was driving so what's the game news I think it is
भैया 1-0 दोनों साइड पे बॉल कटा हुआ है ट्यूनीशिया लीडिंग फ्रांस और इधर ऑस्ट्रेलिया लीडिंग डेनमार्क
so are we saying Denmark is out and
Denmark is if this stays Denmark is out and Tunisia is out and France and Australia go through
France has already gone through
France is already through
Tunisia
Denmark go Australia हाँ
Tunisia is playing well
भाई लेके रखिए कसम से लेफ्ट राइट एंड सेंटर लेफ्ट राइट एंड सेंटर
ले ली
बहुत तसल्ली से धागे खोले हुए उन्होंने और ये येलो कार्ड एक आया फॉर डेनमार्क आई बिलीव इट इज स्कॉव है बैकर्स के ऊपर फाउल करते हुए एंड दैट्स येलो कार्ड अभी आए थे और आते सार येलो कार्ड रॉबर्ट स्कॉव का एंड उधर ट्यूनीशिया वर्सेस फ्रांस में फ्रांस अब अपने मेन प्लेयर लेके आया है पहले तो सेकंड स्ट्रिंग खिला रहा था अभी तक तो 2 चेंजेस जो मेरे को देखे एम्बापे अंदर आ गया और इवन दिस गाय हैज कम इन अपना ग्रीजमैन हैज कम इन ये सारे समझ जाते हो बट फ्रांस हैज नॉट प्लेड द गेम फ्रांस हैज एक्चुअली नॉट प्लेड द गेम फ्रांस रिलैक्स कर रहा है आज एक्चुअली में उन्होंने स्टुपिडिटी करी है एंड इधर ऑस्ट्रेलिया का एक और अटैक गोल देखना है था यार भाई गोल देखना था ऑस्ट्रेलिया वाला क्या लवली काउंटर था भाई वो
व्हाट इज एरिक्सन डूइंग राइट नाउ
सिटिंग ऑन द फील्ड नथिंग न्यू कॉर्नर्स के ऊपर भी वो अच्छी चीजें नहीं कर पा रहा कॉर्नर्स भी अच्छे नहीं पास हो पा रहे उसके प्रॉब्लम आई थिंक द डेन्स आर नाउ कमिंग अंडर प्रेशर आखिरी के 15 मिनट रह गए प्लस एडिड टाइम फॉर बोथ द गेम्स if the scoreline remains the same then Australia go through
Australia goes through for the first time in the World Cup history
No, I think the second है 2006 में हुआ ना last time I believe
अच्छा
I think this is the second time they're going to be going through I am not sure मेरे को जितना पता है I think तो 2006 में last time हुआ था गस हेडिंग था साथ में गस हेडिंग ने इनको क्वालिफाई करवाया था I believe
अच्छा
क्योंकि इस टाइम पे जो अभी का इनका जो करंट मैनेजर आर्नल्ड जो है वो उस टाइम पे गस हेडिंग का असिस्टेंट हुआ करता था इस टाइम पे वो मैनेजर है एंड उनके साथ रेने मुलिस्टीन है तो डच ऑस्ट्रेलियन पार्टनरशिप इनके लिए काफी अच्छी चल रही है एवरी टाइम दे हैव अ डच ऑस्ट्रेलियन पार्टनरशिप they've been able to And uthar Guendouzi has been substituted for who's come in? Dembele has come in. Oh, firepower is now slowly coming into France. लेकिन कितना हो सकता है उनके लिए बहुत डिफिकल्ट है. ऑस्ट्रेलिया एंट्रिंग इनटू द डेनमार्क पेनल्टी बॉक्स. अब ये कलाबाजी दिखाते हुए और ये गुड डिफेंस फ्रॉम डेनमार्क. एरिक्सन से बैक टू एरिक्सन. Oh, that was a foul. Taken play on दे दिया रेफरी ने. Ericsson continues the run. Goes to Skov. Oh, lovely. And there's a corner for France versus Tunisia as well. ऑस्ट्रेलिया का डिफेंस काफी अच्छा हो रहा है सिस्टर. I believe he's dropped. And continuing on that, टेक्निकल इश्यूज हैं उसके पास अभी भी. स्कॉव वहीं पे है. स्कॉव के पास वापस बैक टू वहीं पे है. उधर फ्रांस का कॉर्नर एंड ट्यूनीसिया सेव्स. आई थिंक सो इट इज अनदर कॉर्नर. बाहर के पास बॉल क्रॉस बट वे ओवर. वे ओवर. डेनमार्क भागते भागते एक और सब्स्टिट्यूशन आई बिलीव फॉर ऑस्ट्रेलिया इज कमिंग इनटू प्ले. उधर फ्रांस का अटैक होता हुआ इधर डेनमार्क अटैक करती हुई. क्रिश्चियन के पास बॉल ऑलमोस्ट एंटरिंग इनटू द 80th मिनट. लास्ट 10 minutes. Australia just to hang on. Denmark going out. Quarter finalists of the Europeans. ग्रीजमैन का कॉर्नर. Oh, good save. डेनमार्क इस बार ऑफ कलर दिखा मेरे को. That is what I feel. Denmark has been quite a lot of off color. काफी off color. Ericsson. बाहर के पास बॉल. ट्यूनीसिया के पास फ्री किक. बाहर का क्रॉस. स्कॉव. कॉर्नेलियस सेव. लिंडस्ट्रॉम का शॉट सेव. ऑस्ट्रेलिया ने अब पूरी पूरी बस खड़ी कर दी है. गोल स्कोरर लकी अनलकी. एंड ट्यूनीसिया का एक सब्स्टिट्यूशन. स्लेमाने जाते हुए जल्दी से सब्स्टिट्यूशन होता हुआ उनका रेफरी उनको धक्का मारते हुए. और इधर जेमी मैक्लारन अंदर आए हैं. उधर अबॉय अंदर आए हैं. साइड बाय साइड सब्स्टिट्यूशन हो रहे हैं एज इफ कोई टेलीपैथी है दोनों टीमों के बीच में. और ये सेव। दोनों गेम्स इवन इवन चल रहे हैं। ग्राहम आर्नल्ड टेंशन में, 10 मिनट मतलब 7 मिनट का साढ़े टाइम रह गया है। दे जस्ट डोंट हैव टू कंसीड। उधर फ्रांस अगर एक गोल और करते तो गेम खत्म है। और उधर डेनमार्क क्विकली शॉर्ट फ्री किक लेती हुई पीछे से आगे बढ़ते हुए। So current situation इस टाइम पे ग्रुप डी में अगेन इज द सेम। फ्रांस इज ऑन 6 पॉइंट्स, ऑस्ट्रेलिया 6, ट्यूनीशिया 4 एंड डेनमार्क एट 1। फ्रांस के पास एक बहुत अच्छी अपॉर्चुनिटी, बट they missed it out. Lovely cross. Oh. और ये बॉल आगे जाती हुई। इधर ऑस्ट्रेलिया इज डिफेंडिंग फॉर देयर लाइफ एंड उधर ट्यूनीशिया इज डिफेंडिंग फॉर देयर लाइफ एंड होपिंग कि डेनमार्क स्कोर कर जाए। और ये थ्रो इन। 85 86 मिनट्स इन फॉर फ्रांस वर्सेस ट्यूनीशिया एंड वहां पे अब क्रैम्पिंग होनी शुरू हो गई है प्लेयर्स को, ट्यूनीशिया के प्लेयर्स को एटलीस्ट। इधर ऑस्ट्रेलिया अपनी जान पे खेलता हुआ, जैसे बॉर्डर में सनी देओल ने खेला था। गदर एक प्रेम कथा में सनी देओल ने अमरीश पुरी को एक सबक सिखाया था। फिर तो वापस आती हुई टेक्निकल डिफिकल्टीज के बाद। आखिरी के 4 मिनट, ऑस्ट्रेलिया क्लियरेंस, डेस्चैम्प्स इरिटेट होते हुए, क्योंकि उन्होंने, आप समझ रहे हो ना, जो स्टूपिडिटी दिखाई आज। एंड ये फ्रांस, ओ बैड पास फ्रांस की तरफ से। ट्यूनीशिया का अटैक, lovely through ball, but I think so French defender is going to be there. Back to the goalkeeper. उधर अटैक डेनमार्क का, डेनमार्क का अटैक्स अगेन।
क्या डेनमार्क क्वालिफाई करेगी? इज इट पॉसिबल?
आई थिंक सो। कुछ भी हो सकता है यार। डेनमार्क तो क्वालिफाई नहीं कर सकती, आखिरी के 3 मिनट रह गए। क्या ट्यूनीशिया कर सकती है कि नहीं कर सकती, अब सवाल वो है। डॉल्वे, गुड डिफेंस, और ये शॉट वाइड, डेनमार्क का शॉट वाइड। दैट वाज क्लोज। ऑस्ट्रेलियन फैंस की सांसें ऊपर की ऊपर और नीचे की नीचे। कुछ की तो पैंटे भी गीले हो गए होंगे इस शॉट के साथ और इस अटैक के साथ। और ये थ्रू बॉल ट्यूनीशिया का।
एक और अगर गोल मार दिया तो क्या होगा?
क्या?
तुनिशिया अगर एक और गोल मार देती है तो क्या होगा?
कुछ नहीं होगा। they have to hope that Denmark has to score a goal. Lecky, the goal scorer, is now substituted in the 88th minute. Rustic comes in. एंड ये फ्रांस में कोलोमुआनी का एक शॉट फिर वाइड। आज फ्रांस ऑफ कलर दिखी, डेनमार्क ऑफ कलर दिखी। They made it easy for both their respective the other teams they were playing against. मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि they should have not done that. ग्रिजमिन का एक और कॉर्नर, लॉन्ग बाहर जाती हुई, फिर एक और क्रॉस अंदर। तो कॉर्नर लेने की जरूरत ही क्या थी भाई? स्टूपिड ग्रिजमैन। बॉल, ओ, इधर डेनमार्क का अटैक बनता हुआ। एरिक्सन, स्कॉव, होइबियर। उधर फ्रांस वर्सेस ट्यूनीशिया में 8 मिनट का एडेड टाइम है। इधर बा का क्रॉस, एंड दैट्स अ फाउल। एंड ऑस्ट्रेलिया को एक फ्री किक एंटरिंग इनटू द लास्ट 30 सेकंड्स।
ऑस्ट्रेलिया थ्रू।
ऑस्ट्रेलिया शुड बी थ्रू, आई बिलीव नाउ, डिपेंडिंग ऑन द एडेड टाइम। और उस एडेड टाइम के अंदर कुछ भी हो सकता है साहिल। अभी के लिए मेरे को जो दिख रहा है, अगर फ्रांस ने कुछ कर दिया बवाल, क्योंकि अब
ऑस्ट्रेलिया थ्रू। आई हैव अ फीलिंग ऑस्ट्रेलिया नाउ इज थ्रू।
एम्बापे का शॉट पैरी करा हुआ गोलकीपर से, बट थ्रो इन, सिंपल। 1 मिनट डाउन इन ट्यूनीशिया वर्सेस फ्रांस। क्या फ्रांस एक गोल बैक कर सकती है? कैन दे नॉट? एंड दैट्स अ बाबा का थ्रो इन। डेनमार्क का भारी दिखा रहे हुए। 6 मिनट का एडेड टाइम। डेनमार्क को एक मिरेकल से ज्यादा मिरेकल चाहिए, सिंपली अ मिरेकल। और ये काउंटर करता हुआ तो, लेकिन फिर भी और ये फ्रांस को पास एक बहुत अच्छा फ्री किक, ऑलमोस्ट 25 yards at the edge of the circle. Mbappe, Lundstrom, cross, शूटर, एरिक्सन, लेकिन कुछ नहीं कर पाए। ऑस्ट्रेलिया क्लियर कर गई। इधर एम्बापे गेज करते हुए चीता की तरह अपने शिकार को गोल की तरफ। Will he be able to score a goal? Will he be able to score a goal? 2 minutes into the added time. इधर ऑस्ट्रेलिया अपनी सच्ची बता रहा सनी देओल की तरह खेल रही है भाई गॉड। और ये हिट्स द वॉल। एम्बापे हिट्स द वॉल। फिर क्रॉस करा, बट सीधा गोलकीपर के पास पैरी करा, लेकिन सीधे अपने प्लेयर के पास। एंड ये गोज आउट फॉर अ थ्रो इन फॉर फ्रांस। फ्रांस के पास अब वेव आफ्टर वेव प्रेशर बना रही है ट्यूनीशिया के ऊपर। बॉल तो फ्रांस के हाफ के अंदर जा ही नहीं रही है। एंड इधर डेनमार्क ने प्रेशर बना के रखा हुआ। 4 मिनट सर्वाइव करना ऑस्ट्रेलिया को। क्या वो कर पाएगी? विल दे बी एबल टू क्वालिफाई? It is all hanging in the balance. Will France score and make it easy for Australia? Will Denmark score and make it easy for Tunisia? It is all to look at, all to play for. Right now, we don't know. It is all hanging in the balance. एक तरफ से डेनमार्क का अटैक, एक तरफ से फ्रांस का अटैक, एक दूसरे को सपोर्ट करते हुए. सिस्टर कहां हो आप? Oh. Danes need two to qualify and need one to knock out Australia. उनको सिर्फ एक गोल स्कोर करना है to knock out Australia and two to qualify. क्या ये अगले 3 मिनट के अंदर 2 गोल स्कोर कर पाएंगे?
मुश्किल है.
उधर 4 मिनट होने को आए हैं. वेव आफ्टर वेव फ्रांस का अटैक आ रहा है. क्या फ्रांस एक गोल स्कोर करेगा? जिंदगी इजी करेगा ऑस्ट्रेलिया के लिए?
मुश्किल है.
क्रॉस एंड उधर ट्यूनीसिया के पास एक पूरा बस खड़ी हुई है, सफेद लोगों की बस, झंडा ना हिलाते हुए, लेकिन जान बिखेर रही है ट्यूनीसिया इस टाइम पे. होपिंग इधर कैस्पर स्माइकल आगे आए हुए हैं और ये क्रॉस, लेकिन काउंटर का चांस क्योंकि कैस्पर स्माइकल काफी आगे आए हुए थे, बट ही चोज टू होल्ड द बॉल एंड कैस्पर स्माइकल पास काफी टाइम टू गो फॉरवर्ड, गो बैक टू हिज goal. Almost 5 minutes in for Tunisia versus France.
It's over. France and Australia qualify. It's over.
भाई इस टाइम पे आखिरी के 2 मिनट जब तक सीट ही नहीं बच जाती ना, एटलीस्ट फॉर ऑस्ट्रेलिया बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. जब तक सीट ही नहीं बचती, बिकॉज इस टाइम पे डेनमार्क के पास एक ही चीज है, ओ सेव, बेहतरीन सेव गोलकीपर का. कैस्पर स्माइकल का थ्रो इन, इसने ऐसी चीजें बहुत बारी करी है लेस्टर सिटी के लिए, अब ये डेनमार्क के लिए करते हुए. शूटर एंड ऑस्ट्रेलिया, क्या कर रहे हैं ऑस्ट्रेलिया? Nerves kicking in. Casper Schmeichel coming in again. Ericsson का corner. I am at my edge of my seat. I hope you are too. ये गोल ट्यूनीसिया के लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, ट्यूनीसियन फैंस के लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट. क्रॉस आया, कॉर्नेलियस, ओ मेरे को 1 सेकंड के लिए अंदर चला गया. उधर ट्यूनीसिया के फैंस ऑस्ट्रेलिया का मैच देखते हुए और ऑस्ट्रेलिया के फैंस ट्यूनीसिया का फैंस का मैच देखते हुए. इट इज ऑल टू प्ले फॉर इन द लास्ट 30 seconds. It is all to play for. Australia has never won 2 games in a row at a World Cup. Is this the time? Will this be the last attack for Australia or for Denmark? क्या ऑस्ट्रेलिया होल्ड ऑन कर सकती है? It is a throw in for Australia. They like to delay it as much as they can. Last के 15 सेकंड फ्रांस का गेम में अभी 1.5 मिनट, 1 मिनट 20 सेकंड बाकी. ऑस्ट्रेलिया अटैक करने के मूड में. मोइट, इट्स ऑस्ट्रेलिया which has qualified for the round of 16. A new generation of Australian talents, a new generation of Australian footballers have qualified 2006 के बाद. Australia is going to be playing in the knockout stages. उधर Tunisia goes out. And on France goal, it is जले पे नमक छिड़कना. Griezmann scored. जले पे नमक छिड़कना. It is jale pe namak chhidakna, and France has squashed it for Tunisia. जो हो चुका है, full time हो चुका है उधर ऑस्ट्रेलिया और डेनमार्क के बीच में, and France has squashed those hopes. Furthermore, it is 1-1 in the dying seconds of the game. Dying seconds. You feel sorry for the French and sorry for the Tunisians, not for the French. French already qualified. Lovely volley, and there was no chance. Wave after wave. बहुत ही प्यारा शॉट, कुछ नहीं कर सकता था कोई भी. आई बिलीव जूते का डिफ्लेक्शन है, हल्का सा डिफ्लेक्शन, एंड दैट हैज गॉन इन. It ends. It quashes hope for Tunisia completely. फैंस रोते हुए, आंखों में आंसू, प्लेयर्स ने अपना हार्ट एंड सोल दिया. बट क्या ये ऑफसाइड चेक होता हुआ? इज देयर स्टिल होप? वीएआर चेक हो रहा है. ग्रीजमैन के गोल का Griezmann was offside when the ball was lobbed, and then he came inside. Ball play के time पे Griezmann offside है. I believe the goal will not stand. I believe the goal will not stand. But होना ये चाहिए because it is of the opposition head. It is of the opposition head. It shouldn't be a problem. But chances ये भी हैं. It is an offside. It is not a Griezmann goal. It is an offside. And Tunisia still lead 1-0. The goal has been denied. But still, it's of no way. Because Australia has won that game. Australia are through. France are through. Tunisia, commiserations. But great win over France. But unfortunately, you've not qualified for the round of 16. You feel sad for the fans. But on the other hand, lightning at the dark end of the tunnel that you've beaten France. You've beaten the current world champions. So it remains 11 minutes in हो चुके हैं, 100 minutes टप चुके हैं. I think so this should be the last kick of the match, and it is the last kick of the match. It is, I believe, नहीं, थ्रो इन चल रहा है. अभी भी टाइम है. क्या फ्रांस 1-1 कर सकती है? क्या वो अपना रिकॉर्ड बचा सकती है? Now it is the time for to save the record. Will they be able to do it? I don't think so. I don't think so. Long ball, and that's a goal kick for France. And that is the full time. Win, but a bittersweet win for Tunisia that they have not been able to qualify for the World Cup. They've always been tough contenders. I hope to see them again in 2026. But right now, it is thank you very much, Tunisia. Thank you very much, Denmark. थैंक यू एरिक्सन. काफी चेंजेस होंगे अगले 4 साल में डेनमार्क की टीम में. Good game on both sides. Congratulations to Australia. They were able to make it. Congratulations to France. They were able to make it to the round of 16. Now, Tunisia, commiserations. Unfortunately, you played your heart out, but it is what it is. You lose some, you win some. On that note, I'll catch you guys at 12:30 with Group C, Poland, Argentina, and Saudi Arabia, Mexico. Adios till then. Adios.